Go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Tonight, I am interviewing Meagan Kerr, who is a author to our recent book, "Resilience: Turning Struggling to Strength." Good evening, Meagan, and welcome.
Hello. Thank you very much. And thank you for doing this for me. That's lovely.
You're more than welcome. So let's just start right at the very beginning. So
Yep.
you recently wrote a chapter for a book about resilience. Can you tell us a little bit about your chapter?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I did write a chapter, and that was a decision to make, yeah, because I had another role with the book as well. So
Mhm. You
it's
do indeed a big one.
a little bit. So yeah, I actually wasn't going to write a chapter. And then resilience and the topic of resilience I was just too passionate about it. So the area that I delved into with resilience in my chapter is really about where we find resilience for being who we meant to be, and being able to do that despite social structures, despite
Mhm,
expectations,
mhm,
and despite, I'm going to say, the cultural influences that may put us in different brackets in life, some socioeconomic brackets, that sort of thing. So it was really just to challenge the resilience of thinking about who you really are outside of all of those structures.
yeah, absolutely. And those structures are impounded upon us, right? Regardless of who we are and where we sit in society, they're there, and we're
Yeah,
a victim to them in a way. Yeah.
absolutely. And from such an early age, which is where my book starts, well, where my chapter starts.
So then tell us a little bit more about your experience.
Well, from that experience, the reflection was really from seeing myself the age I am now, um, and seeing myself as the child that was, and really the consistencies that have run through my life, the
Mhm,
consistencies from that inner you, and how I'll name the word resilience are the things to hang on to.
mhm.
So
Absolutely.
resilience has been the ones that I've identified, well, that was me when I was younger. That's just what I did. That was the internal driver, was to survive, or to do better, or to really go for what it is that you want and who you are in the world.
Mm.
So the resilience to do that within our social frameworks is where I focus the story about, because my experience of those frameworks were quite limiting, and
Right.
um, and I really would like for that to be known in a way, and that to be known um, for generations, because they continue to change.
They do.
But they're still there.
Absolutely.
That's the shit thing.
Well, they definitely are still there. So then why is it important for you to tell your story now?
Hmm. Look, I think it's a time of life.
Yeah.
I think doing the big midlife 50 makes you do a lot
Yeah,
of,
I get that.
and the work I do with people, I would love that people learn this earlier, that our kids
Mhm.
learn that they are unique and they are beautiful in their uniqueness, and they can do absolutely anything that they put their little minds to,
Absolutely.
um, without fear or limitation. Yeah, and
In a
that,
big context, yeah.
yeah, and that's where it comes from. It just comes from that need to make a difference. Why now? Why not?
Indeed, indeed. So if someone was to read your chapter in the book, what would you hope is possible for that person?
I really hope that they can resonate in my chapter with the ability just to pause, to stop, have a think. What am I doing with my life? What is it that I really want? And when you read in my chapter, when I say, well, what did I actually want? It's the simple stuff.
Yeah,
So
often is,
reflect
right?
on, stop and reflect.
Mm.
Yeah. Is it you that really wants that? Or was it an expectation that was put on you? So that's what I would hope
Wow,
someone
that's
would do.
impressive, right? To separate the both is a challenging thing. I
Yeah,
get it.
and it can be. And, using the power of understanding your story
Mhm.
can help you actually figure out, well, how do I now want to spend my time in my days ahead?
Absolutely. Yeah.
The biggest thing is you haven't got it wrong, but
No,
pause and have a think, and then you can make some change.
indeed. Yeah.
Mm,
Absolutely. The catalyst for better, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, based on writing your chapter and the reflections you've had as you've written that chapter, what do you feel, if anything, are the ingredients needed to become a resilient person?
Look, I mentioned before it comes from that internal guts. Yeah. What were those internal things that you had when you were young that you can't explain probably where they even come from? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
get it.
it's that internal drive in you. I'd also say I could call that it's the little bit of bastard in you that just won't.
Yes,
Yeah,
we've all got that, Meg.
we've all got that. And I love that. I love when people actually can connect with that,
Yeah,
um, because that's where the guts comes from. That's where that drive, and that resilience to be who you're meant to be in the world,
yeah,
just shine through.
yeah,
So, I think of one of those songs, the "Nobody loves me, everybody hates me, think I'm gonna eat worms."
yeah.
Um, bite their heads off and suck their guts out, get all that internal stuff. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
because you
Yeah,
can survive on 3 worms a day, and that's that's how resilience gets put together. It might be a bit gooey and icky, um,
yeah,
but you'll
absolutely.
survive.
As hard as it is, right?
Yeah,
Because it makes you stronger.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I just want to say congratulations, Megan, because very soon your book will become a published book where people you can share your message with the world. So thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your courage. And we look forward to turning the pages more.
Thank you, Kath.